Welcome to Mars.
So, do me a favor and describe to the audience the type of music that you make. What would you classify it as? I know nobody likes to classify their music, but how would you describe it as far as the sound?
Right now, the music I'm making, I'm interested in pulling heartstrings and making you dance.
Okay, and why is that?
I want you to move. That's just where I'm at in life right now. When I was younger, my verses were harsher, and they were more like street orientated. And I still got bars, and I incorporate them into the style of music that I do now. But that's where I'm at in life right now. Like I've by the graces of God, I've went through some struggles. I went through some hard times, and right now I enjoy my life. I love my life.
Nice.
And I couldn't make music that misrepresented the feel that I have right now, because I do enjoy my life, and I don't forget. I'll touch on struggle and everything, but I want people to have a good time. I want people to enjoy themselves. I want people to when they hear music, if they're going through something, maybe my music can be medicine for their soul. If they're going through some shit, because I do encompass that in some of my songs, and I'll let you know I've been through some shit, but I also let you know there's a solution. Nice. For a long time, I abused alcohol, and November 1st, by the graces of God, I'll have 3 years no alcohol in my system.
Congratulations.
And it was the best decision I could ever make, because I was walking around like a zombie. I was walking around not present. I was putting myself in situations where I was jeopardizing myself, jeopardizing my family. Right. And it's the best decision I could have made. And I speak on this because for our people, it's a stigma. A lot of people, like our gente, they don't feel like they can say that it's an issue. But I'm here to tell you, you know what? It is. Like, for some of us, not all of us can do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. If I can stop, you can stop. And there's a better way. Like, if you feel like it's impairing you, if you feel like, there's only so many times you can have a night where you went out and you partied like fuck, and you're like, fuck, I wish I didn't do this. I wish I didn't do that. I called this person. I was on the phone with them for how long?
Up sooner or later.
Yeah, it will. And if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm here to inspire. Right. Mental health and addiction is a big thing right now. Yeah. And that shit needs to be addressed.
Absolutely. And like you were saying, our people, we have a hard time. Well, it's not even a hard time. We just look down upon it when we show vulnerabilities.
Yes.
And when we show, hey, something's wrong with me, or I'm not okay right now, or I need help. So definitely appreciate you being an advocate for, speaking up, telling the truth. And let's be honest, when you're making a soundtrack to your life, that's going to be better music than when you're trying to pretend and portray something you're not. If you're happy, you should be making happy music. Amen. If you're struggling, that's when you make that struggle music. It comes with being authentic, I think. So the fact that you're making this type of music is because you're just being honest about what's going on in your life right now. I think that's the best music one can make.
Amen to that.
Yeah. So tell us about the new single, the new video, new single, very, very highly successful. You tell us all about it, how did it come about, and who's on it.
So I have this new single. Well, actually, I am featured on the single. It's a Carlos Santana record, and the name of the song is Energia. The way this record came about, it's kind of a long story, but I'll compact it.
There you go.
So I got approached to do this song called "Once Upon a Time in the Mission."
Right.
I got on the song, and it was a tribute to the area and to the Santana family and the impact the Santana family had on the Mission District.
Right.
So I got on the song, beautiful song, a lot of unity in there. It was a big collaboration, successful, a lot of positive energy. Right. People love it.
And not to interrupt, but I got to interrupt. You said the Santana family, and so you're a Santana, and that is your family.
Yes, it is.
So it's all of you guys, not just you apart from them, right? So it's you're part of it, right? right?
Yeah, with pride.
With pride. There you
with
go.
Pride.
Yeah.
My grandfather, Jose
go.
Santana, is
Yes.
who I'm named after.
Yeah.
My father's Antonio. My uncle Memo. My uncle Carlos.
Right.
I got a bunch of aunts.
Yeah.
If I start mentioning their names, I'll forget one, and then they'll be
Right.
mad. Right.
I just wanted to let people know that the family is very important to Northern California, more specifically your area. But all of us definitely respect and love everything your family has done for music and for Latinos in general. So
thank you,
salute
brother.
and appreciate that. But go ahead, you were saying.
So I did this song Once Upon a Time in the Mission. Beautiful, right? So there's a mural on 24th, and that mural has my uncle Jorge, rest in peace, from Malo Suavecito, my uncle Carlos, my grandfather, who I'm named after, my grandmother, and my cousin Salvador. It's a beautiful mural. They had an unveiling, and at this unveiling, I knew the people that were throwing it, and I was like, this would make sense to do the Once Upon a Time at this event. And I told them, don't say nothing. It's going to be a surprise, right? My uncle knew I did music, but he never saw me get down live. His aunt, his wife Cindy was there too. My dad, London Breed, all sorts of people, right? So I get up, I do the song, this video, right? And my uncle, he's feeling the shit out of it, right? My cousin Salvador was there. After I get off the stage, my uncle's wife, Cindy Blackman Santana, who's in his band, she was in the Lenny Kravitz band too. Beautiful person, beautiful soul. She texts me literally like 5 minutes. I got off the stage. She was like, "You're badass. We're doing some shit," right? So that I say that because that's kind of what started this whole musical relationship that is ongoing now.
Right.
After that, I put out my album Santana Vida, and the album cover is me in front of a Carlos Santana mural that's on 19th. Came out dope, right? One of my proudest albums. So a couple of days after the album releases, I get a text message from my Uncle Carlos. It's like 7 in the morning. And it goes, "Your Uncle Carlos and Mexicans from the Mission make a world of difference." I was 7 in the morning. I was like, what does this even mean? Right. So, I told my wife, I'm like, look. And so I sent him a message back with me and my cousin Salvador, his son. We had shot some footage for Energia, which was already one version done. So I sent it back to him. We had London Breed in the video too. And I sent it to him. I go, well, the Chicanos are trying to do it too, Theo. So we were going back and forth. And then I finally said, hey, man, I got a song for you. Jump on it. He goes, send it to me. So I sent him the song, and it was Energia. And he goes, I love it. We were in the studio like 2 days later. Nice. And he played it. It was dope watching him do it. And the way that music came about, this guy who's involved with the song too, David Richardson, H-Deuce, bail bonds, he got really sick with COVID and ended up in a coma. Okay, he was in a coma for like 2 months. His heart stopped like 3 times. And during that time, Gotos sent me the instrumental to end it here. He was like, hey man, I made this for Dave. Do something to it. And I heard the beat and I was like, oh, it's beautiful, right? So I ended up putting lyrics to it. And then Salvador, my cousin, ended up jumping on it. And we had a version that we put out. But it's just crazy because it all ties in. If I would have never done this song Once Upon a Time in the Mission, I would have never had this relationship with David that got deeper. Then he got sick. And while he was sick, I got the music from Julio because he was sick, right? And then from there, I have the conversation with my uncle. He wants me to send him a song. And I sent him this song that Energia that Julio got for David because he was sick. Right. So this is all like spiritually guided, bro. Divine guidance. And
it was meant to be.
Yeah, my uncle would have never known how I get down if he would have never seen me do them Once Upon a Time. So it's all crazy. It's all intertwined. And while Ace Deuce David was in a coma, I had my uncle send him a voicemail, bro, because I was collecting voicemails. My uncle says, hey, David, I know you're sick right now. You know my prayers are with you. He goes, if you want to go to the light, go to the light. But if you want to stay, stay, And if anybody knows my uncle, he knows, that's how he is. And, it just, I could not have planned how all of this happened, bro. We could have put the song out 100 times. We could have put the video out 100 times, but it kept just getting better. We ended up doing the video at Carnival in the heart of the mission, and shout out for the, the love I received and being able to do that there. Then we went to Vegas, and we did footage there with my uncle in Salvador.
That's the one in the studio, right?
Yeah, Studio A in Las Vegas, shout out. So it was just, divine guidance is the best way I can describe how this song came to be.
Awesome. And what's the response been from everybody that that hears the record and sees the video?
I mean, everybody's loved it from what I've seen.
Yeah, it's a great record. We played on the radio on Friday nights.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, Friday nights, 8 p.m., 95.5 FM here in the Central Valley. But have you got any other reactions from any other either like radio stations or DJs or anything like that? Anybody pushing the record, trying to get it out there?
So right now, oh my God, they're gonna kill me. There's a radio station in Corpus Christi, Texas, Santa Fe. I can't think of the names, but DJ Dan Matthews from Club Jumpers is helping us out, along with a gentleman named Aki Star, getting the record placed. And we're just beginning now. And I appreciate you guys and your platform for playing the record too. So we're pivoting now, and we're starting to gain some momentum on getting the record.
Absolutely. It's a great record. And all they got to do is listen to it. Once they hear it, they'll want to add it and definitely be a part of it. Anything else you want to cover before we go ahead and get out of here? I
do have an EP that came out a little bit before this. It's called Vibes.
Okay. And how can they go ahead and reach you?
They can grab that. If you go to my Instagram, Jose Santana Official 1, my link tree's there, but it's available on all digital platforms, powered by GT Distribution. Vibes, the album Vibes, it's dope. It's something you could definitely move to. There's some spiritual stuff on there. If like you're going through some shit, I got a song on there for you too. Just check it out. Vibes and Santana Vida. Those are the albums that are out right now, and the song in it here, obviously.
So you mentioned Goldtoes through GT Digital. How did you guys link up? Let's jump into that for a quick second. How did you and Goldtoes get together?
So I had put out the Lost in the Game album, and Julio had just put out 17 Reasons, like around the same time. And Julio, the way he is, if you're Latin and you're moving, like, well, how come he's not over here with me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he reached out.
Shout out to Goldtoes. That's A1 for sure.
He had an office on Kearney Street back in the days, and I went up there, and they were getting ready to put the Mr. Key album out, right? And he was like, "Yeah, we're putting out this guy, Mr. Key," and I'm very competitive, and I had never even heard of Mr. Key, right? At that time, shout out Mr. Key, and I was like, I don't know who that guy from. I'm way better, probably. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Key's a peer now, and we've done a lot of songs together. Key's a good dude, but that's how I met him. You know what I mean? And then we just started vibing, and we put out the album. He sent me a bunch of beats when he was in Texas on the run. Right. He would hop in, he would come down, and he would jump in the studio.
Allegedly.
Yeah. No, he told me he'll tell you. That's all taken care of.
Okay.
So, yeah. But so he's just and we're actually related, like fifth cousins, something like that. Oh,
really?
Yeah. So we are. I had an auntie verify it, and so that's my primo. We're like but third cousins, fourth cousins, something like that.
Cousins are cousins, man.
Yeah. So no, we just we've been vibing. He has a really good ear for music.
Yeah.
Some of the best beats that I've rapped to are ones that he's picked up and sent my way, and he's good at what he does.
Nice. Shout out to Goldtoes, man.
Julio.
Shout out to Julio. All right. Anything else you want to go ahead and let the people know before we head out of here?
Well, thank you for having me here, and man, if you're going through something, just keep pushing. Just keep pushing, because the only thing that's not reversible in this life is death and taxes. You feel me? Whatever you're going through, just keep pushing forward, because 6 feet above the ground is better than 6 feet beneath it. Believe that.
For sure. Well, it's Mars Radio, Jose Santana, and we're out.
Thank you.